right, 1, 2, 3, go.
Welcome to Skol Chat with Skota, episode 13. We are a chat group created by four guys who are a blended family, not only through the traditional familial means, but also for the love of the game, specifically for our favorite team, the Minnesota Vikings. We won't claim to be professionals, nor will we cover a lot of stats unless it is specific to the topics we'll be discussing. We are just four fans who get together, basically discuss all aspects of the team, from games, training, leases, signings, and the overall organization itself. Our name is derived from two of us who reside in Minnesota and two who reside deep within Packer territory. This is not our livelihoods, as we, like many of you, have busy lives, and what we hope to obtain are additions to our blended family by having you become a part of it. We have room to add a couple of you at a time during our airings, and we would like you to join us in our chat. As with any family, there will be happy times and sad times to be discussed and experienced. Although the game may only last a season, the desire for the game and the team is year-long. If you want to join us, please hit the subscribe button, follow us on YouTube, and give us either a thumbs up or thumbs down, depending on your personal experience, and leave us a comment. If you'd like to join us during our show, contact us at the email link provided below.
All right, so the Vikings gave the Bengals their worst loss in history, winning 48-10.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like, it was just lights out, I guess, from what, middle of the second quarter onward. Like the Vikings were just killing it. And when I say the Vikings, there's one player that, was the key in all of it, Isaiah Rodgers. So he had, what did he have? I should have had this up beforehand, but he had 2 touchdowns. One, I think it was like a 78-yard interception return, or 70-yard, 72, something like that. And they had a fumble recovery. Well, it was a forced fumble because he forced the fumble, recovered the fumble, and returned it for a touchdown too.
Yeah.
69 yards.
And then he was responsible for another fumble. I think he knocked the ball out. I think it was Jamar Chase on one of his catches. He knocked the ball out, so that resulted in another turnover. And then he only gave up, I think it was 1 reception for 2 yards, and he had a big pass breakup in the end zone against T. Higgins.
Yeah.
I'd look up the QBR.
Going back to Chase, I think that's one that was one that he knocked out of Chase's hand and ran it, and that was the second touchdown, I think, or was it the running?
No,
back?
that was a screen to the tight end that he
knocked it out of Noah Fant's hand.
Yeah. And then, so this was all in the first half. And then right before the end of the first half, and this is just really an overall recap. So this is kind of like the last thing we'll say before we kind of go into our other stuff that we have planned. But right before the half, I think it was Perrine, the running back. The Bengals were just trying to run out the clock. Gets the ball and just pretty much just throws it forward. And so the Vikings recover. They try to make a field goal attempt a little bit shorter. They missed Jefferson on the sideline, Wentz did. And so then Will the Thrill kicked a Vikings record 62-yard field goal to close the half. So it was 17, I think, nothing, when the Bengals first were starting to kind of drive the ball, getting close, and then the interception happened, and then the fumble recovery happened. And then I think at half, it was 34-3. The Vikings were on top.
Connell put his foot on the gas and didn't release it.
And that's kind of not like past years. When they get up, they kind of just
lay back. Yeah.
Yeah. Like the Packers game
at the end. Yeah.
The Packers game where they came out big, jumped on top, and then let them come back in and almost squeak out a win against us. But
yeah,
anything else overall like about the game? Well, let's just we'll go into score projections first, and then we'll talk about who stood out and what we think about it. So score projections, I said 20-13 the Vikings would win. Dad said 20-14. John 13-24. So eating some crow. But again, we talked about it. They have to prove themselves. And again, this was the kind of game where I'm not sure if they did or not. I don't know. It was just one of those weird games.
It was.
Then Tom, you said 13-6 the Vikings would win. And with that, let's just talk about like the rest of like what we thought, what stood out to us during the game. Let's start with the defensive standouts. Obviously, we talked about Isaiah Rodgers. He stood out.
Yeah, he's
Harrison Smith. He's the one that got his hand up there where was able to intercept that ball.
Oh yeah, he had
Came back.
Yeah.
And you should watch that play again.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't just him deflecting the ball. He was watching Jamar Chase, I think, to begin with. He was had his eyes on him, so that's why Brownie didn't throw to him. And then he started at first, he covered Chase Brown, the running back who I think Brownie was trying to throw that ball to. And then he kind of uncovered him, and then I guess Chase Brown kind of, just because Browning was kind of scrambling around, and then Browning threw the ball because he thought Chase Brown would have been open, and that's when he deflected the ball. So he did a bunch of stuff on that play.
Yeah, he almost I think he 3 people before he finally got he tipped that pass. So he was all over this one.
And he may not have the speed that he used to, but he makes a difference when he's on the field.
Oh yeah.
And there were another number of times when they disguised their coverage. They had one play where they showed 2 different coverages. Well, they had everybody at the line, went and showed one coverage. Then right before the ball was snapped, they ran back into a different coverage. So it's playing the quarterback. So
then also I heard there was they switched to another coverage. So they had 3 coverage in one play there. That's what I don't know. Anyway, that's the impression I got out of it.
Van Ginkel had 2 sacks.
Yeah, 8 snaps.
One of them was, he kind of benefited from Grenard. Grenard's been a menace.
Yeah,
he almost had him, and then
Grenard.
I haven't looked up his pressure rate, but with the pace he's on, how many pressures he's getting, he's going to end up with a bunch. Eventually, he's going to get home.
Well, there was other factors in that interception too, wasn't it? Rodriguez got in there and made Brownie move up his spot, and that kind of helped him.
Yep. So if I'm remembering correctly, he kind of got penetration up the middle, kind of dove towards his feet. Browning kind of ended up going towards his left, and then there was going to be pressure there, so he kind of started going back towards his right again.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of, the alarms were going off for him, so that's why he rushed everything, and that's why he threw that interception. And that was kind of a joke with him when he was on the Vikings. He might throw 4 touchdowns, but who knows if it's going to be for the Vikings or for the other team.
Yeah.
No kidding.
And he ended up, at least 1 touchdown he threw to the Vikings.
Yeah.
Any other defensive guys?
The entire defense, was amazing.
Didn't Metellus get an interception there?
And then I think he got an interception, and I think Akuda, and I think was it Hargrave? Both of them got a fumble recoveries.
Yeah.
I might be talking about the wrong players, but I think that sounds right to me. What else? Move on to the offense?
Yeah, I think we can move on to the offense.
So I have one standout, but I'll let you guys talk and see if you guys think the same.
What do you think, Dan?
Yes or no?
Christian Daresall, because it was him and Jackson that got that block for the first run for Mason. So
yeah, Jackson.
Yes,
they both did good.
But again, Darissa, he makes a world of difference. You don't have to double team the end or edge rusher. You can leave him alone. Whereas Skol, they had to double whoever he was blocking. So that frees up other help elsewhere.
Jordan Mason, I think he did a good job.
Yep. 2 touchdowns in the red zone. Also,
he was
one that stood out was Hawkinson receiving touchdown and also gained some yards pass,
Oh yeah, who was that? They plowed into the center of the line. It looked like for sure they were not going to make it, but sure enough, they skated right through the center. Who was that? I don't remember. You guys know what play I'm talking about?
What
touchdowns?
Was that Jordan Mason? Yeah. Yeah. I was like, there's no way. And they're not.
Jordan Mason?
Okay. See, I wasn't sure who that was.
Yeah, that was my pick.
I watched more than one game thanks to John.
Well, I guess the reason why Christian Daresall stands out for me is that up till, this point, the rehab, the workout, all that, and I like the way they did it. They worked him back in slowly, and he was right out there and punched right away. It's almost like he didn't miss any time at all, the way he performed out there.
And they did they did send some extra help over to him. I wish they would have done that to their prior games a little more on to help those other guards out. But no, he did good. I do think that Carson Wentz did, fairly well for only being there for 3 weeks. He
Oh,
doesn't know all the
definitely.
timing down with the guys and stuff like that yet. He held the ball a little too long and, a couple of his sacks. Overall, he was effective, where he needed to be.
No, absolutely. I think I agree with you, John. I mean, he held on to it a few times. Like, all right, we got to throw that ball away. We can't take these losses. But he had some really good throws, really tight, really accurate. You know, we had a lot of run plays, but still, when he threw the ball, there's quite a few times he got it right where it needed to be.
Well, like the first touchdown, Oliver,
Yeah.
the tight end, that was nice one, So then also the pass to Hawkinson for the other touchdown. So
It's always nice when you can start out with your opening drive ending in a touchdown.
yeah,
It's still impressive when he got the ball was hiked. He one-handed grabbed it, kept
oh yeah,
control, and made the pass happen. I was like, "No way, can't do that very often."
Yeah, I think overall it seemed like the timing of the plays were a lot better with Wentz. I
Yeah.
think
well, could be. He's been in the league how long?
and who knows what's going to happen. We're not going to look too far down the road, and we can maybe get into it and talk maybe in the future. But again, I don't want to talk too far down the road. But I mean, if that's the case, I mean, there wasn't any delay of game penalties that I can think of. The plays were
No
getting in, they were running
delay,
plays.
but it was false start or
Yeah,
formation.
But yeah, was that? I think
offensive penalties for sure.
how we
I
we had
think they're all out, and they put Brando in there, be the left tackle, and he one of the penalties he was too far back or something, whatever they call that penalty. But anyways,
we had that one
It's illegal
penalty.
formation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
illegal formation. I did not I guess I didn't fully understand that play. I didn't go back and rewatch it. I meant to.
Yeah, so the tackle's got to break the hip. Their head has to break the hip of the center.
And I was like,
I
well,
mean, it could it could depend on whoever threw the flag. It could depend on the angle that they're at, or it's whatever they emphasize on a week to week basis. Like every week, the league kind of tells the refs to focus on this stuff, this stuff, this stuff.
right. Then they got their blinders on for the rest of some of it, I should say.
Well,
I
yeah,
know-
that's just like who the hell was it?
talking about
That
Kuda who hit the guy first with his shoulder, but he
head bounced off the
Yeah.
shoulder,
and
and
he got a
somebody hit Wentz in the head on one of the plays, knocked him down on the ground. One of the Bengal guys' defense hit him, and it was to the head. And in fact, they said it on the broadcast. They were saying that should have been a flag, but apparently it wasn't watching. I don't know.
Yeah, there was a couple close ones there, Daniel, because there's the one that they said that there was the helmet to helmet contact, but literally before the helmet to helmet contact, you saw the shoulder pad completely get lifted up. But
Well, yeah, I know it, but I'm talking about the quarterback himself. Wentz got hit in the head by a defensive player of the Bengals.
yeah,
That
Well, I think what he's saying, it was just a questionable call. That's all he's saying. The one with Okuda.
Yeah.
that one, yeah.
Yeah. So I
but
mean,
in
it's kind of
general,
like,
yeah,
and then what against the Bears, the Vikings got that kind of questionable call where Ivan Pace Jr. had his arms up around the head. I don't know if he really made it helmet to helmet contact with him, but they called the flag. And then it seems like any other time, like the Vikings quarterbacks get that illegal contact or a face mask against the Rams, where Sam
Yeah.
Darnold almost got his
Yeah, they missed them kind of calls.
helmet taken off.
Yeah.
I think Jefferson had a few more opportunities this game.
Yeah.
And again, I think it's just like, well, Carson Wentz is known to like throwing to his tight ends. So I think that they kind of mixed it in. They kind of mixed a little bit of RPO run pass
missed it, Joe.
option plays in too a little bit. Doing it again. Well, it was just
Yeah.
they mixed a lot of stuff in that he did well.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the complaints, if he If they would have set up the same thing for McCarthy would have done a whole lot better too. So, it's I think O'Connell is realizing that he's got to simplify some of his plays, because the biggest thing that I've been hearing is that, like, for his passing game, the routes that he wants the receiver to run sometime are long developing routes, and quarterback only got like 2.5 seconds nowadays to get rid of the ball unless the quarterback runs around like old Fran Tarkenton did in the days, running back and forth across the field looking for someone that he can throw the ball to that's open.
I know. I think right now we're pretty much gonna be in limbo. I mean, we're with Wentz right now, and then if McCarthy comes back down the road, then they're gonna be in between the two. And then depending on how it's going against the team we're playing, whether the run game's working or the throw game's working, how their defense pressure is, that there's just too many variables there. You know what I mean? It's just, I guess, between Wentz getting the experience under pressure against variable teams. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's pretty difficult to wrap that around. Don't you think?
And I think O'Connell already alluded to that because the media asked, well, is JJ going to start right when he gets back? And he kind of danced around the subject.
Like, well, if it keeps going this way, maybe.
Well, the bottom line is I go along with into the fire till they know for sure that he's healed up 100% because he made the comment that McCarthy mobility is part of his game. So he needs to be able to move to defend himself or be involved in the play that for him to run and stuff like that. So I take that seriously. Ankle sprain.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard players having high ankle sprain. Yeah, they come back in a couple of weeks. They go in and play maybe 3 series, and then they end up have to leave the game because they re-injured their ankle.
Oh, yeah.
So it wasn't fully healed, So
bottom line, in the end, you have to field the best team that you have the biggest chance of winning with, regardless. I mean, you look at our talent. I mean, we can't let it go to waste.
Right.
Nope.
Right.
They need to field whatever team that they can have the best chance of winning. Whether you got to put the quarterback back for another year again. I mean, in the end, that's what it comes down to. You got too much talent on the team to let it wash away if you don't have everybody playing to the caliber you need.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if Wentz wasn't doing what he was doing out there, granted, we all said that he held on the ball a little too long at times, got sacked. I hope at some point they still give Brosmer a chance to get out there, get under pressure,
a little more time than what he had this last one, yeah. But
yeah.
But I mean, like I said, Wentz, he had 3 weeks with the team, and then he wasn't getting the primary reps until JJ got hurt. So like I said, he did pretty good for that. Now he's getting all the reps. So
the day McCarthy and his girlfriend or fiance had their baby, that was on a Thursday.
Monday.
Wentz was in there, and because McCarthy was gone for that, so he got that day. Then plus after the Falcon game, he had the week up to the Bengals game. Yeah,
I mean, he's still learning the entire playbook, so
yeah,
less time than what the other quarterbacks did. And just the timing,
I think Darrisaw
makes a whole lot of difference on that left side to protect the blind side. So my opinion is JJ would work for them, providing that Darrisaw's in there, Jackson's in there, and also you got the veteran center playing.
Yeah.
And then was Addison back? Because if you think back to the training camp, who was McCarthy's go-to guy? Because Jefferson was out with the hamstring.
Right.
It was Addison. So was Addison back? Yeah. And then if O'Connell can, keep dialing up the run plays, I think McCarthy would do all right,
So I'm sure he's going to get.
And
I'm sure he's going to give him the opportunity again. I just hope that if the things don't continue to improve, that they do what they have to do to make sure the team wins what they can.
well, that's true. That's true. But, like the question is, all right, how often have you seen where the starting quarterback out for a few games and the backup quarterback goes in? If that backup quarterback played good, how many times have teams stuck with the backup quarterback instead of going back to their starter?
Right.
So the bottom line is, I think what my point is, McCarthy, I believe, would done it just as good as Wentz did with the full contention of the guard and the left tackle being in their spot.
I agree. I mean, it's very possible, but once he's back off injury, we'll see how he pans back in. And, how he works
Well,
his way.
yeah. Then, of course, it's up to the coach, what, like John said, what the coach thinks or feels going to be the best situation
Yeah.
for the team have a good outcome. So bottom line is we'll need the defense to keep playing the way they played the Bengals, regardless who they're playing against, to help keep the Vikings in it. Then of course, like the offense, they got to play good ball,
Yeah.
They got to,
They have to give the defense. They have to, at least be on there long enough for the defense to get somewhat of a rest in between.
right. And of course, we need a special team
But
to
we
keep
kinda
up what they were doing.
I don't think McCarthy or O'Connell did McCarthy any favors. We kind of talked about it too. So like you said, they kind of simplify things. Look, yeah. So if they do that when he gets back, then it's fine. But they're going to go back to what they were doing again, calling these plays that are so late developing. Because again, who knows if it was Wentz waiting for that play to open up, or was he holding it too long, or was that just how long the play took?
I think quite a bit of the sack situation is
Don't really know. I mean, we could probably look at the tape if we had replay.
We don't have the, it'd be nice to be able to get the access to the actual tapes and be able to do that over replays and see what the heck and what. But then, of course, I'm a dummy. I don't know if, if that one particular play is what was originally called by O'Connell for a pass play. How do you tell? Do you, if the quarterback holds on to the ball and looking for a target or what,
Well, you can tell if there's an audible at the line. They're going to give indication. It's going to be like the whole helmet on hands on the helmet thing, or yeah. But
yeah.
And again, that would be
or they holler. And sometimes you'll hear the quarterback holler, can. So that means
kill. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, though, the moral of the story, I guess, is this: if he gets back and they play the same way, the Vikings are able to run the ball, keeps the defense fresh. Even though they do have a good rotation now, they still need to be fresh, and they can't just let them. And I think that's one thing that the defense kind of decided again was that they weren't going to get run on like they did against the Falcons. So, I mean, that was a good thing. I don't know how many yards the Bengals had rushing, but they couldn't run the ball at all. Their leading rusher, and again, they only ran. Their lead running back, Chase Brown, only had 3 yards rushing on 10 attempts. And the best, highest yardage after that was 21 by their backup, who then had that, big fumble towards the end of the first half.
Yep.
But I think that's what it's going to be. It's going to be if O'Connell doesn't do McCarthy played. I mean, we're just going to have to wait and see. We're going to see how they play.
Yeah.
Because remember back in 2017 when they tried to rush Bradford back against the Bears, and he couldn't move at all?
Yeah.
And then that's when then second half they put in Keenum. There we go. Ford did come up today. They came out.
Well,
I had it pulled up, but I lost it.
it was wasn't it Hargrave that was on the Jonathan Allen, I think, had a vet day.
Yep, and your Javon Hargrave he did leave the game, I think, with like a contusion on his chest, which might be another rest day. They had Donovan Jackson again because he had wrist surgery. It's going to be out until after the bye week. JJ McCarthy's on the injury list or injury report because both Donovan Jackson and JJ McCarthy aren't on IR, so they'll show up on the injury report. And I guess Van Ginkel, his injury in the training camp, it was something to do with his neck, which that's not a good thing. So we'll have to go watch that. Ben Urosek, the backup tight end, had a knee issue towards the end of the game.
Metellus had the foot.
Jalen Redmond, Skol's backup tackle, but yeah, you're right. Metellus' foot, limited practice, so kind of a rest thing for him. And for the Steelers, they have they got a bunch of vet days.
Do they?
Darius Slay, rest day, Jalen Warren, Isaac Samalo, Jonnu Smith, TJ Watt, Cameron Hayward. So a bunch of those guys were getting rest days. They do have a linebacker, Alex Highsmith, that had an ankle injury, did not practice. Joey Porter Jr. was a limited participant. Deshaun Elliott and Jalen Warren were also limited participants, along with Patrick Queen. So we'll have to watch and wait till like Friday to see how things are going to change. It's a little early to know. You're looking ahead to the Lions?
I just happened to
a bit of an overachiever.
Yeah.
I'm not overachieving nothing.
I thought teams on us.
Did you see what all went down, between the Lions and Baltimore?
You know what? I didn't even watch the highlights.
I watched the game last night, actually.
Watch it, but I saw that oh, you did? Yeah, like the fourth quarter or fourth down Kings. That's what the Lions did last year. Fourth down. They went for it pretty much every time.
Yeah.
But I didn't watch it, so stupid Lions.
It's funny how they go from one to the next.
So the Vikings had some player movement. They terminated Tim Jones, released, which I don't know what terminated, the difference between terminated and releasing.
Terminated. I think
sounds like they put him out of
terminated the contract. They terminate the contract. They're not paying it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a release.
Oh, that's good because I thought they were.
I think what the player still collects the pay.
Oh, I thought they took him out to the farm to live with grandma and grandpa or something.
It could be.
Don't whoop them into shape, Daniel. Some kids need that.
Oh no, but really they're like not alive anymore. Okay. Lucky Jack's squad. Then the Vikings signed running back Corey Kiner, and they also waived Alexander Williams from IR. And then Jordan Addison completed his 3-game suspension. So a lot of that movement was just because Jordan Addison came back, which they probably should have led with that in the article I'm looking at, but they didn't. It was at the end. So there's cause and effect, and they didn't really, I guess, recognize that. But then all squad is what I said.
I think we're watching Chinese movie again.
I'll just go with it because even though you can't hear me and it keeps
da da da.
How about now? Hear me now.
I've seen this on a cell phone commercial.
My kung fu is better than yours.
I'm not buying.
I can sit here and watch that all night.
$5. If you watch a movie called Kung, am I doing it now? Can you hear me?
It's like you practice.
Should respond if you can hear me, so I know.
Yeah, you're good right now, but it just cuts in and out periodically.
You should watch a movie Kung Pao if you kind of like that kind of. All right. So, any thoughts on roster moves before we move on to the NFC North roundup? That's what I called it this week.
No, we can do the roundup.
All right, and you know what I should have done. All right, so we know the Lions won, and you were the only.
Believe it. Bears won too.
The only one to win that guess.
Yeah, I got 2 wrong.
We were all bad.
Yeah.
So
picked the Lions and the Bears. I didn't. I thought the Packers.
Yeah.
Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Packers lost to the Browns. Oh, it was a barn burner, 13-10, right?
Yeah.
And that's why I just don't ever trust the Packers because they'll look like king beaters and then they turn into that. Although the Browns do have a good defense, and we'll kind of see that coming up. Not this upcoming week, but the week after that. But, yeah, Lions win. Packers lose the Browns. Who did Bears beat? Who'd they win?
The Bears beat
They
Dallas.
did. I'm going through the big D. I don't mean Dallas. So let's see. Tom got a point for the Bears winning.
Hey guys, wait a minute. Is it going to show it? Well, it's not showing it, Trevor. Trevor wanted to show his new football T-shirt for flag football.
Oh, cool.
I don't know why the camera's not picking it
Future
up.
Falcon.
Yeah, he just got back from football.
Yeah.
Can't see
Did
it.
you
There he
win?
is.
Did you win?
No, it was just practice today. Yeah, Saturday is canceled for our game because our coach has to go to a funeral.
You can't get a stand-in for that?
Got the stud muffin here.
So, Trevor,
What?
what position do you play?
Huh?
He said, what
What?
position do you play? I think it's all of them, Grandpa. Depends where the ball's at.
I normally play guard on offense.
Oh, okay. All
There you
right.
go.
I was a guard when I played football.
Grandpa was guarding the cookies.
I was a guard when I was in, well, nowadays they call it middle school. Back when I was going to school, it was junior high. Yeah, I played guard and also tackle. I told you about that story now, didn't I? When I was playing football.
Thank you.
I've heard this story many times, so I'm going to go to the bathroom quick.
We're going to hear an Al Bundy story.
Okay, I'm going to tell you, Trevor, they're on offense, being a guard, and right across from me was this real big kid. I mean, he was about yay much taller than I was. Yeah, he was tall and he was big, and I was sweating bullets. Go, oh my gosh, how am I going to stop this guy from getting my quarterback? So soon as the ball was hiked, I went up to him. We start pushing each other, and soon as I felt him kind of pushing me back, I jumped back and he went flat on his nose.
Yep.
No,
But you
either.
can't be physical, right? You're playing flag football. You can't tackle and
No.
run into them. And
Well, they're flags.
All right. I'll let you go there, shortstop.
catch you later.
Yeah.
Looks like two of them took off on us.
Yeah, and I got ridiculed for going. Did he pause, or are we still filming here?
No, we're still filming. We're 3/4 the way through.
Are we going to talk about the weather, just you and I?
I don't know. You know, if we were the weathermen, we would probably be a little more accurate. We just go out in the morning with a cup of coffee, look out, say, yep, looks like
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah,
Hardly-
looks like it's going to be a froggy morning.
Yep.
We'll add a little cream to the coffee and spit it out. Yep.
How's that Taj Mahal Hall coming along there, Tom, of a deer stand?
It's not going bad. We still have not done any more on it because sorry, Fly. We haven't done any more on the joist on it because, you know, Chase is like, nope, I got stuff to do on Sunday. And so we have not went back out there yet. I think it'll be another weekend chore.
So where you putting up the deer stand?
Out in the neighbors, out on his, in his field. It's about 13 feet.
I see.
It's roughly 9 by 10. Trying to make room for 2 recliners, TV for Sunday football.
Sound like my kind of deer stand. Yeah. Does it have a urinal in it?
It will. It'll just be a redneck one.
Well, yeah. Take a bleach bottle or something like that, stick a hose in the top, and then cut out an opening big enough to aim for.
I mean, you could
That'll
always
run
just
out.
go out of the deer. Oh, I guess they'll smell your urine. You can't do that, can you?
Yeah, that's why you got to fill it full of apples.
No. Don't tell me. Don't take a leak out there while you're deer hunting. The deer will smell them. They won't come around. Bull crap on that. Just like don't light up a cigarette. They'll smell the smoke. Yeah, right? How about that time them two deer came and laid down right next to the trailer shack there when I broke my ankle.
Well,
And like John said, if he didn't know any better, I had a stove in there the way the smoke was coming out.
I had everything but a chimney on there for you.
Yeah. But no, I didn't. Deer will be coming around regardless.
all right, I threw us off.
Put the feed right there.
All right, so we
So
talked
dump-
about
dump-
Al
dump the
Bundy,
feed right in front of
Hawkeye,
your
and
stand.
the deer stands.
Yeah.
We get back on
Yeah.
football, I guess.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I
first though,
threw
before we
us
get back
off.
to it, before we get back to it, was the story about the big guy that you were trying to block, and he was like, he was like pushing on you, and you just kind of step back and let him fall down? Was that was okay?
That
So
was
I
a
knew the
Grand
story.
Metal. Adamarda or whatever you call it. Your school. It was Grand Metal was playing against. And yeah, dude was big. I tell you, I had my workout, but yeah, I was sweating bullets. This guy's going to flat me out along with the quarterback, Yeah, so we go up to each other, and as soon as I start feeling it, even I jumped out of the way, and down he went.
What happened with Dano, he was being corn fed and you were eating chicken at the time.
No, no,
Where the hell did Dano go? Chick-fil-A.
If I was
Well, I thought that was why you don't like chicken now, is because you had it so much when you were younger.
that is true.
You ate chicken too much?
I ate a lot of chicken and a lot of burger.
I'll eat a bunch of fried chicken.
Well,
To be
that's about the
okay.
way I like it, or as long as the chicken is coated and baked or fried. Yeah, I like coating on the chicken.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of grilled chicken because I'm not comfortable ever with it grilling the chicken. And
I
well,
have
unless
our-
I like just dry it out super good.
Because of the pinkish hue it gets when on the grill?
Yeah, because I'm not comfortable like of whether or not it's cooked internally. Half the time I'll sit there with like the thermometer in it.
I
I've had
keep
too many
on
scares.
turning. If I do chicken on the grill or griddle, I just keep turning and turning and getting browner and browner. Yep, kind of poke a little bit. If juice isn't running out, get close. Yep, then I do it again. Just a tiny little dab of juice coming out. Yeah, I think it's done. Then when I go pick it up, the meat's falling out the bone. Yep, I know it's done.
Yep. You could always cheat, Joe. You just sear the chicken on the grill. You buy disposable aluminum pans, so you just sear it all. You throw it in that aluminum pan, put aluminum on top,
Yeah.
you let it
Cover it up.
finish on the grill. It won't fire up on you. You just let it finish cooking. You'll pull it off. It'll want to fall off the bone on you. It's done.
It'll still be moist.
Yep. That's how we do it.
Fully cooked and very
Breast.
moist, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a
Juicy.
breast man myself.
Most guys are.
You look at the one guy
I like that.
and we'll tell him
Back in my younger years, you had to go into a drive up, man.
For fried chicken, you can't beat Glen Flora chicken.
Did you finish the story or did I miss it?
I cut it off. It's what
It's
we
not
don't know
appropriate
what
for a mixed
age.
company. Well, to recap our NFC North roundup, so Dad and Tom each scored a point for guessing the win-losses of the rest of
All right.
I'm going to let you win that chicken dinner, Dano.
the teams in the division. And you got closest because you got the closest score, so you got 2 points. Tom got
Nice.
1.
I'll buy the
And then
chicken.
John and I both got 0. We suck again.
Yep.
So,
I think
which I'm not
last-
sure if you watched the episode. It starts out with a thing of like Rob Schneider from the what's it? Adam Sandler, Waterboy. From Waterboy, it's like we suck again.
Yep.
I don't know if you know what I'm talking
That's
about.
what I was thinking
I'll
of.
put the little picture.
Yeah, got it. Yeah.
Oh no, I don't. I just didn't think. Well, it was a road game though, so maybe I guess I didn't know it was that hard to win in the dog pound.
For the Packers, apparently.
I didn't even see any of it, but my coworkers, of course, are all Packer fans.
The Green Bay Packers. The only reason I heard about it is because they talked about it at the end of the Vikings game on the telecast.
Yeah.
I watched it after the fact.
So you already heard about it after you watched the. Okay.
No, I didn't. I was outside doing what I was doing. I think I came in. I want to say I came in around 7:30 that evening, and I got to watch it. I usually leave my phone in the house, so I'm usually safe from hearing anything about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do that. I got to watch it live.
Like I
Somebody's
said,
gonna. It'll get
ruin it.
ruined somehow. Somebody will tell me the score, regardless. Somebody will text me or one of my buddies. I got a couple Packer fan friends. One of them's from California, so I don't understand that. But I wish I had a Irish accent. I don't. That's one of the accents I can't do. But the Vikings played the Steelers in Dublin this week. Aaron Rodgers Steelers. So if the Vikings win, they'll be able to have beaten Aaron Rodgers in 3 separate countries.
Nice.
Although I don't know if that's true, really. Well, yeah, I think Ireland's a country and England's a country,
Yeah,
right? It's the kind of Great Britain's the whole conglomerate. I sucked at geography. I don't know. Dad
Steelers
used to
have
throw
a fair
globe at
amount of
me, beat me with it. so I hate traveling.
Or UK. But yeah, they're going over where one of the few beers that I do drink, the Guinness, man, from Ireland. Good stuff.
I like my beer to taste like my coffee.
Now look,
Ooh, yeah.
That whole like
they opened up the bar for us at 4 in the morning when we landed in, heading back from Iraq. So a few of those, got back on the plane, had my own row, and the thing I just laid out and crashed out until we got back to Maine.
did it have like that nitrous thing in the can? Is it the can or the bottle? Like it has like a nitrous
We
something
got
in
it.
it,
We
doesn't it?
got it from the bottle. We got it from the. Or excuse me, we actually
Oh,
had
okay.
glasses of it. They came and opened up the bar for us.
Oh,
at
from
4
the
in the morning.
keg.
Good stuff.
Nice. Any thoughts on Ireland? I mean, playing the first, I think that's the first NFL game there. Yeah, I'm 100% certain it's the first game.
It'll be
And
interesting how they
I'm
do.
sure you saw the same video. Well, they seem to play well overseas. I don't know if they've lost, have they?
No.
No, not overseas yet.
And I'm not a fan of 2 games, but at least they're shown as away games on the schedule, which I thought it was 1-1 to begin with, but they're both away. So you're not losing a home game. Yeah, I mean, other than that, I don't know. It'll be interesting. I guess what I was going to say is that I saw a reporter from Ireland that's, American football fan over there, and he was saying that like the stadium they are playing at can seat like 80,000 people.
What in the
But
world are you
like
going to do with this
it's
many
more of like
people?
but it's more of like a high school or like semi
high
kind
school.
of stadium, so it's not even a professional.
Yeah.
So like he said it was like kind of equal to like Friday Night Lights in like Texas. It's pretty much what it was.
Nice. Nothing
So
wrong with that.
yeah, it'll be interesting
Well,
that many people, and we'll see how the turf is. If it's football turf.
originally, that stadium was built in 1880. That's when they started on it. But yeah, they just been upgrading it throughout the years.
It beats Soldiers Field by about 40 years.
Yep.
Well, I think the defense is going to get Rodgers on the ground a few times for sure.
Well, hopefully the defense is just ready to concentrate. I mean, last week they had a good game, but then again, they might get a run for their money.
What, didn't the Steelers, did they win the game?
I think they won their last one.
They were just barely won it.
Yeah, they're 2-1 on the season, like the Vikings are.
Are they?
They did lose to the Seahawks, 31-17, and their 2 games have been pretty close. They beat it was the Rogers Bowl. They played the Jets the first game of the season, so they won that by 2 points. Lost the Seahawks, and then just beat the Patriots 21-14. It's kind of hard to see, like hard to tell, I guess, but we'll see how. I mean, I've mentioned it before. You don't know who the good teams are until after 4 or 5 weeks of the season.
Right.
Sometimes, I mean, even now with 17 weeks, it's probably gonna be 6 games, and you'll kind of be able to tell like who's really who they are, and like what was that Dennis Green when he coached the.
We thought they were.
Yeah, but that's when we'll kind of be able to kind of figure things out. But 8:30 in the morning, that's gonna be an early morning for me.
I'm up and ready for it.
To get your Vikings jammies on, your Vikings robe, and your coffee.
Some hot coffee. You get done watching the game. You take a nap.
Close to anything like that is I got a blanket, Vikings blanket that was handmade. So it's I can wrap that around me in my underwear.
The tidy whities.
No.
Wait a minute.
So
yeah, I think
how you think the game's gonna go then?
Well, that's what I was going to talk about. Steelers defense is pretty good still.
Yeah.
They got TJ Watt. They got a couple of other good players. Offense, they haven't been able to run the ball. The only person they got to throw to is DK Metcalf, who came over from the Seahawks from last year. But again, we just need to see. I need to see consistency. I need to see from one week to the next that they're going to perform at this certain level. And again, I mean, I know they've done well overseas. They kind of got used to it. They have the right, kind of plan as far as practicing and, then heading over and then time change difference. I don't know. I'll let you guys go first, but it's gonna be tough.
I think the Vikings will win, and the score will be, I would say, 27-21, or 27-21 Vikings.
I'll say Vikings will win 21-17.
The Vikings 13-14.
Ooh.
Wow, he's got more confidence than I do. What are you digging for, Joe?
Oh, I can see it.
Maybe we should rethink this.
I can
They might
see it
be
being a low
doubling
scoring game.
the night
I'm
before.
going 17-10 Vikings. 17-10 Vikings. I can see it being a low scoring game just because they're playing, different time zone, different all that stuff.
Yeah, and Ireland is known to be kind of a damp. It's going to be what, September or October? October, right? No, Sunday is what? September what? Well, anyway, it's the end of the month. So it could be kind of damp.
I don't know what their weather is
It'll be-
over there. That's interesting. I have no idea what their weather looks like over there.
It'll be the
Counting on the
28th of
defensive-
September. Well, it's the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. When it's like winter here, it's summer down south.
Yeah, so it'd be summertime or whatever, but I don't know. It seemed like,
It's still
it's summer
summer here.
The weather forecast.
Obviously, it's the opposite here. Same thing.
but
Oh,
I'm
there.
seeing the end of the September, first part of
They're
October,
kind of an island, so it's going to be a little cooler.
cooler and
I'm sorry,
damp.
what were you saying?
It seems to me in the fall it is damp. So what do you get for a forecast on
I'm looking right now. Like
Average
Sunday's
temperature
supposed to
is
be a high of 58 and a low of 46.
in
Nice.
Ireland?
That ain't bad. Perfect
the
weather.
average temperature is 64 degrees.
Nice.
So is
I
it
love
gonna
it.
be?
Yeah, sunny with a little bit of cloud.
Well, maybe I'll have to change my thinking here.
Should have done all your
Can I do that?
thinking before you guessed. We'll let you do
Tanner,
anything you want.
Did you leave something in the oven? I see smoke in the background. What's going on?
Well, I was wondering if I can change my prediction.
It's coming out of his ears. Yeah, you can. What do you want to do?
Let's say 34 to 20.
34-21.
Yeah.
So you're just adding a
Guess
touchdown?
They have a 20% chance of rain at 1 p.m. their time. That's the only thing showing the rain chance at all that day for them.
That's when they're probably playing, if you figured the time difference. What is it, 7 hours?
Neighborhood.
Be like 8 hours in our time
6 hours difference.
from here to there?
Yeah.
Naughty puppies.
The time it was going to be when they
2
played the
in the
game
morning
in
there
Ireland, and it
right
just
now.
keeps giving me different time zones in the U.S. I don't think they think Ireland exists or Europe exists.
Yeah, 6 hour difference.
All right, Joe, what's your prediction?
I already said I think it might be a low scoring game, so I said 17. But we can move on to our. Oh, we already did that. Dang, I'm a little bit slow.
I guess I don't
Win
know
losses
who's
for the
playing
team.
who.
So after the Packers lost to the Browns, but I'm sure it's going to be a home game for the Lions.
Who they
Home
playing?
game for the Lions.
Who they playing?
The Browns.
The Browns? Yeah. Lions.
Yeah, if the Lions are playing the Browns, yeah, Lions.
Yeah. Definitely Lions.
Yeah, I doubt the same thing's going to happen, especially at home for the Lions. I got them 1-2.
Bears. Go
the
Bears.
Raiders.
What is the standings with the Raiders?
Both the Bears and the Raiders are 1-2. I think it matters more who they played.
Yeah.
They beat the Patriots 2013, lost to the
Yeah.
Chargers 20-9, and then got their butt spanked by the Commanders last week, 41-24. At least they scored some points, but I'm sure probably got some garbage time points there.
Who did the Bears beat last week?
The Cowboys, but they
Yeah.
played their backup against their backup too.
I thought. Excuse me.
What, the Bears played their backup?
They played against Cowboys backup.
Oh, gotcha. It's going to be a touchy one here. Who's going to, just for the hell of it, I'm going with the Raiders.
I'll go Raiders too. Vegas thinks they're going to win. The Raiders are going to win, so I'm going with them.
Yeah.
What was the Raiders standing at?
Huh?
Where do the Raiders sit right now, I guess?
They're
Their
1-2.
record?
Yeah. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Can't say I've even
1-2,
watched
yeah.
this thing.
They're the same as the Bears.
Okay. I'm going to have to go with the Bears.
You got to be different all the time.
Hey, Daniel. We swap off weeks normally.
Yeah.
The Bears.
And so the
And you were
Bengals
going with the
are
Raiders,
going to be
John?
without Burrow.
Yeah, he's out for the
For 3 months, isn't he?
season, I think. Which, if he's, depending on what their record is, they might just sit him for the year.
The Packers will take that one. Wait, they're not playing them yet. Who's the Packers playing next?
Week 4.
They get to play the Cowboys on
Packers
Sunday Night
played
Football.
the Cowboys.
That might be an interesting one.
and in Dallas.
Cowboys for sure. Definitely. Yep.
It all depends on is Dak going to play?
Yeah, I'm not sure on that.
Why is it so hard just to find news and you have to scroll through a whole article just to find what you want?
They usually call it a scheme, Joe, but they call it normal nowadays. Got to have more ads than you have info.
Well, that's pretty much it.
Parson wants his tribute to win against him. Their injury report. Well, so the boys, it doesn't show the quarterback on the injury report. Trayvon Diggs got a knee injury. He didn't practice. Come on, where'd it go? C.D. Lamb didn't practice today either. If they are out Diggs, as you know, on the defense, and they are out C.D. Lamb, it's going to be a little bit tougher for him, even with Dak back in.
I hate to say this. I think Green Bay win the game.
You always got to be different, Dano.
Yeah.
They're playing. It's in Dallas, yeah. Sunday Night Football. The funny thing is they don't even have their injury report on their team website. They don't have it lit.
Don't.
No, I'm going with the Cowboys to win.
My brother Josh is he's a Cowboy fan. Got a mix here. The boys are Packers. I'm Vikings. My brother is Cowboys.
This is changing the subject real quick. I was looking for the injury report on NFL. It says Steelers, Mike Tomlin, on facing Vikings. Grizzly veteran Carson Wentz certainly has our attention. Grizzly.
Was that in quotation marks?
That's what it said on the headline.
Who writes the headline?
Well, it was written
Probably not
by
anything he said. Are we sure he's not a AI bot? Remember, ESPN got in trouble for using AI to write the articles like the last year or something?
Boy, oh boy. I'm going to have to say the Packers on that one because without C.D. Lamb.
Yeah, that's what Tomlin said.
And their center is down. Their rookie right guard, Booker, has a high ankle sprain.
You're talking about Dallas players, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, pick the Packers. What the hell? Dallas is out of town.
Hope I'm right.
I'm making fried
So
cheese.
to recap,
curds.
we all picked the Lions. Tom picked the Bears to win. We all picked the Bears to lose. The Green Bay Packers, 3 wins, and I picked them to lose.
You think the Cowboys gonna beat the Packers?
I mean, look at how they played against the Browns. I mean, I'm sure they'll be fired up, but it's an away game. I'm sure the Cowboys aren't going to be too happy they lost last week.
It may be like training camp.
I mean, to the Bears.
They thought they were doing really good to the very end, and they figured out, well,
if the Cowboys backup play really good, then they ought to be replacing the starters.
some cases that pans out.
More cases than not, you know.
I mean, sometimes it's just
I don't know.
This in the NFL. It's the next. Well, I'm just mainly picking because I don't want the Packers to win.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want
I'm trying to give them bad juju.
Was that what
player
it
up,
is?
but that didn't work out for us so well on our O line.
I'm going off of Pierce. What do
See
you? How
mine.
do you say that, Joe? Going off
What?
of all their stats and scores and
Statistics? What are we talking about?
yeah.
What you're talking about? You
Oh, like
gotta
what we
have-
said we weren't going to
You
do.
got to get some kind of information so you can add it to your field and see,
Yeah.
you know, how it goes.
Yeah,
You have way too much.
Give me a high five, Tom. There we go.
Oh, you left them hanging.
Did I slap him down?
Remember when we went into Hardee's way back in the day in Grand Forks, and we go in there in the morning to get those raisin biscuits,
Yeah.
and there was that black dude in there, and be like, "Slap me some skin." Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I was like, it just sticks in my memory. Slap me some skin. I'm like, what does that even mean? I was probably 5.
Give him
But
a
anyway,
five.
yeah. Last thoughts for the week, going into next week. I mean, it is kind of next week already, right?
I think we pretty much got it all in a wrap here.
Go Vikings. Go
Vikings.
Vikings.
What was this thing? I scored 4 touchdowns in one game.
Polk Eye.
I peaked. Yeah, so it's going to be overseas in Ireland again, just because of the overseas thing. I know. When's the last time they played over there?
Last year they played.
Over in England. Was it against the Browns? Did they play last year? Oh yeah, they played against the Jets.
The
You're right.
Jets.
But it always seems to be Benny and the Jets. Yeah. It's always closer than you think it'd be. Like the one year they played against the Browns, it ended up being closer. It's just tough to travel over there and play a normal week.
The plus
yeah.
side
Hopefully
when,
well. Hopefully they get some consistency.
if the Vikings staying over there for the 2 weeks, they'll at least have a week of they'll be accustomed to the environment or whatever. So yeah, they'll be more into it than the Browns, unless the Browns decide to pack up right away Monday and fly over there, after their, next weekend, So, but no, the Vikings will be, what's the word to use? Acclimated with the time and the weather and what have you. So, right? Right.
Yep.
Left.
Sounds good.
I mean, that's the that's the caveat to having those back-to-back games over there.
Yeah.
I guess with that said, if you we'll see you next week. Maybe all of us will be here. We'll figure something out. But if you like what we're doing,
Right, guys.
subscribe, hit likes. If you want to join us, again, the email address to send the email to schedule that will be in the description below. With that, have a good rest of your week. We'll see you next week.
Yep. See you next week.
And I-
Yep. See you next week. Skol Vikings.
It's been a game.